ready for this? Wait, I need this.
Oh, I thought of special intros too. Go ahead.
Oh, for this?
No, just like another intro.
Oh, okay. I'm going to do our normal one, but I'm going to say it in a Halloween way.
Okay.
Welcome back to Ian Says.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Jake the Snake Morgan.
Okay.
Was that good enough? Was that a good Halloween intro?
I don't. You know, the first part sounded kind of Halloween-y,
yeah,
but then after that, I didn't know
dropped
what that.
it off. Yeah.
I didn't know what that was, but
It's perfect. It's perfect.
yeah. But anyways, happy Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween to all of you that are listening and or watching. If you're watching, the set is so beautifully magic
Yes.
today. We've got LEDs behind us. It's green right now. They're changing colors. I'm wearing a teddy bear costume.
Yeah.
I don't know if that picked that up, but this is actually a Ted, like the movie Ted the Teddy Bear.
Oh.
And Ian is dressed as himself.
Yeah.
AKA he's a psychopathic killer right now.
That is not true.
You can't tell what he is. He's hiding something. His costume is what's underneath. That's all that matters, is what's deep down inside. But there's a reason we're releasing an episode today on Halloween. And there's something we've been planning, as you've heard if you listen to the other episodes. Me and Ian have written stories.
We have.
And I've been telling him, I made sure to not write it until the very end. So within the past 2 days, I wrote my story. Because I know if I started it early, it would be way too long. I feel like I'd go through pages and pages and
Just
pages.
keep going and going and going.
So it's like I wanted to give myself somewhat of a time constraint. I know you've been working on yours for a while. Is yours very long?
No. You know, I started it, I stopped, and I was like, oh, I'll do it later. And then you texted me yesterday. You were like, hey, let's record at 9 tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, I got to finish that. So I finished it yesterday.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and I went, oh, no. Oh, no. And then I sat down. I go to type. And then I ended up looking at monitors.
Yeah.
As
I'll
it
do it
usually
later.
goes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, my mom's like, hey, you want to go for a walk? And then as that happens, something clicks in my head, and I go, oh, that's how I end it.
Oh.
But
I'm excited now.
Either way, I'm going to get into this now. Are you ready?
Yep, I am ready to
I
go.
called this headline.
Okay.
To be honest, that has nothing to do with it anymore. I rewrote the story. The title doesn't make sense now. Like, I
Okay.
started writing another story before this, and then it was supposed to end differently, and then I changed it, like I said this morning. So the
Okay.
title has nothing to do with this,
Yeah.
but I think I'm ready to get this
I
started.
don't even have a title for mine.
Really?
Oh,
You'll make it up. I'll help
Okay.
you make it up then, at
Okay.
least. Okay, I'm going to call this headline either way.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah, I am
It's
ready.
about to get so scary up in here.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Thump, thump. I feel my heart. Oh, God, I already messed up.
That's okay.
I'm going to restart. Okay, that was the warm-up. Here we go. Thump, thump. I feel my heart. Darkness, I. Where could I lay? Flash, white, bright. Deep breath in. I fling myself forward. My head jolts against the restraint of my powerless muscles. I quiver, the must to open my eyes once more. I notice the machines bleeping and boasting with life as if I had just won the lottery. I realize it's a heart monitor. I make the realization I was getting a colonoscopy, and I had just awoken. Dr. Corpophilia told me I would awake in about an hour after the routine of the procedure, but something felt off. Maybe as if it had even been a few hours. After a cross-examination of the room, a feeling of unease made its way into my stomach. Something was different. I don't recall a painting of a glizzy in the room. I'm not much of a gobbler myself, but I feel as if I would have noticed it. Maybe they had moved me into a different room in order to wake me up. You know, with all this COVID thing, keep moving and keep cleaning. It's like, get over it already. I can't wait for this election to get over. I mean, who is even running anyway? All I have heard is that once it's over, everything will be different somehow. Oh yeah, I just remembered, it's Kanye versus Cornbread. I mean, they're both very good candidates. On one side, you've got the man, the myth, the legend, and on the other side, you have the always humbling spirit. Either way, I'll be happy as long as, we can get the Chuck E. Cheese back open. Oddly enough, they have my favorite pizza. It's probably from all those trips up to Canada where we would stop on the way into the town where my dad grew up. Either way, I think it's odd that no nurse has come in. Maybe I should hit the button. A pager buzzes. Room 69. Tee-hee-hee. A smoke show strolls in. Beautiful, long blonde hair, and just the most gripping of smiles. but I noticed something odd about her movements. She moves so effortlessly. No bobbing, no bouncing, not a thing. Looking down at her feet. But wait, I don't see feet. I see round wheels. Dumbfounded, I plead to the nice woman, may I see her shoes? Nothing. She responded with a quick and bloody pull of my IV, and a solid slap across the face with the needle in hand, giving me quite the head trauma. Thump thump. Is that a jackhammer? I pondered. Perhaps I'm just not thinking straight. Wake up. Wake up. Huh? I open my eyes, and I'm simply just strolling down the street. No sign of trauma, no pain in my face. What just happened? In the blink of an eye, I lived a whole nother reality. Time slips and fades away. But where do I belong in this? Am I even part of it? Where do the lines between reality and fantasy divide? And where do they meet? Am I the binding force between the two substances? Am I the substantial piece of evidence to show what is or what isn't through my eyes, or are they deceiving me? Well, I would say ooh, yay, I see IKEA. I hope they have that Linman 59 by 29.5 inch tabletop in black. Or wait, should I get the black-brown? Angst rises in the young Yugoslavian as we pull away from this scene. We may braze this hole in the person in all of us, always wanting, more afraid of the past and the choices we will have to make ahead of us. But the only thing we know for certain is that the many choices IKEA will have for us. The story was written as the perception of my mind and your relevance in understanding cohedral differences in the symbiotic state of fellow man and science to scale. Headline. How did that make you feel, Ian?
Well, I was on the whoops. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, did any of that make sense? I was hoping that it would kind of not really give you a fear, but it'd put you in this weird state of thinking.
It was like, I was like, okay, so imagine you have a lifespan and
yes,
and it's finite, beginning and end in the middle. I was imagining like going through it at various stages, and then boom, I wake up in the hospital, I see someone's feet, everything you described, and then all of a sudden I'm at IKEA.
Yes.
And then I'm like looking at like desktops or desks or whatever.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden I like keep going like light speed to the last part, and it was weird.
It felt like a way you're traveling through time.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking, because you look at a lot of things and you're like, where do I fit in this present time? Is this where it starts or is this where it ends?
Yeah.
And that's more of what I wanted to write from that perspective, is like, where are we now and where could we be and where have we been? Or what are we blocking from within?
Past memories, is that what
That's
you
what
mean?
it is. It's supposed to bring up more stuff like that. Or the way I was thinking of it is that whole traumatic experience at the beginning. You lived a whole lifetime within the blink of an eye. It's sort of like when you're dreaming and you can live a whole lifetime
I know,
and wake
that
up.
part was really cool.
Because you come to and you're like, whoa, how did I get here? And like something, there's a sound or something you see that all of a sudden makes you come to like that. And for me, it was the jackhammer.
Was it?
In that situation, yeah. And I hope you liked all the references I made. I tried to
Yes,
bring up
I
something from all the
especially-
episodes.
Yeah, especially the Chuck E. Cheese one. That one was really fun.
Yeah, my favorite pizza.
My favorite pizza.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic joke. And as you could tell, my story was a bit more jokey, a little more
Yes.
thinky, not very up in the horror side of thing to scare you with something
Yeah,
like that.
right.
But I hope yours can top this.
You know, I'm a little afraid that mine might be like a little cringy, like he wrote this or something.
That's a good sign.
You know, I had fun with it,
Yeah.
so that's what matters at the end of the day.
That is
So-
truly what matters at the end of the day, yes.
So let me pull it up here. Now, about the title, I wrote Scary Halloween Stories.
Scary Halloween story.
Yeah. So for this one, we're going to have some like music, some sound effects,
Oh,
maybe.
okay. I'll try my
different
best.
stuff. So
Dun, 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 dun.
no. In post or in
Yes,
in
yes,
post.
yes, I know. I can't make the right sounds.
All right, cue the music.
Lay it down on me.
6:23 p.m. It was a Wednesday evening. Mom and Dad were away for Hawaii on their 10th anniversary trip. I was alone at home cooking myself a microwavable dinner and eating an apple fritter donut. I had a midterm the next day, so I wanted to try to get to bed around 9 p.m. After eating a cheap macaroni and cheese dinner and some donuts and watching TV, I decided it was best to head upstairs. After going upstairs, I realized it was a bit colder than usual, so I got an extra blanket from the bathroom closet. 9:03 p.m. I was barely able to sleep. The sound of scraping on my second-story window was too loud. Branches from the other overgrown tree were constantly blowing in the wind. I put a pillow on my head, and that seemed to work pretty well. The last thing I remember thinking about was the exam I have tomorrow, then dozing off. 12:36 a.m. I woke from my sleep to what sounded to be like someone knocking on the door. A little panicked, I looked out my window to see an empty porch. That's a bit odd, I said to myself. Not sure what to do, I tried to go back to sleep. 12:53 a.m. Just as I was barely conscious, I thought I heard a light tapping on the back glass door. I threw the sheets off me and slowly crept down the stairs. The house must have gotten a little colder because I was starting to shiver in my shorts. Granted, it was fall and the leaves were starting to frost every night. As I made it to the kitchen, I realized the back slider door was unlocked. Crap, I said to myself softly. Forgot to lock it. As I was locking it up, I saw Matilda, our neighborhood cat, was eating a mouse that it caught minutes ago, so I figured the tapping was obviously that. 2:01 a.m. I woke not being able to move my arms. They felt like TV static because I fell asleep on them. Sitting up in a panic, I looked around. My eyes were darting around the room until something caught my attention. I looked towards the window and my heart sank into my stomach. I froze. Looking back at my pale face and still body, sitting on the bed, were two eyes on the outside of my window. It looked like a silhouette of a man with his hood up. He had his fingertips under the window as if he were just about to open it and climb inside. He gave me a large but terrifying smile. He slowly began to push the window open. With what little movement I had in my arms, I slammed the window shut. He had enough time to move his fingers to avoid being crushed. I rushed downstairs and called the police. The emergency dispatcher told me to lock yourself in a room with a weapon and don't come out until the police arrive. I hung up the phone and started to head upstairs to the bathroom with a lock. Just as I was about to go up the stairs, I heard something pounding on the front door. I stood still on the stairs to avoid being seen through the frosted glass. I lost my breath when I saw the deadbolt slowly start to turn, as if someone had gotten a key to my house. Jumping off the first step, I went to hold the door shut. All of my body weight and leverage I was using to hold the door shut, and whoever was out there. Eventually, the pounding stopped. 2:10 a.m. I peered through the window next to the front door. I saw nothing. It felt like forever ago since I called the police. Where are they? I said to myself angrily. I ran back upstairs to the bathroom, locked the door, and waited for the police. 2:22 a.m. I heard the police sirens from down the road. I waited till I heard the two voices of the officers at my front door. Sprinting and almost falling down the stairs, I opened the door. The officers informed me that they had just caught a man outside of my house. He attempted to flee, but they caught him. The officers told me that the hooded man had been at my neighbor's house before he got to mine. Apparently, he had my neighbor Robert tied up and gagged in his own house. Somehow Robert had gotten away and went over to my house to get help. He was the one pounding on the front door. He was trying to get in with the key when I didn't open it. He was the one who I held the door shut on. The officers told me that they found him dead in his front yard. And that's all.
Interesting.
A bit of a twist, I have to say.
Yeah, that is an interesting, introspective to it.
Yeah, did you think it was going to go that direction?
No, not completely. But I do like how you chronologically had it in order by time and everything.
Oh yeah,
that seemed interesting.
I don't know.
Me.
I just started with that. And
it's
I was
a difference in the way that we both write, or the way we look at things. Is you look at it so scheduled like that throughout the day, each thing by a time and piece like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I'm getting that deeply into that part.
Yeah, I mean it's a thought, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It was very. I like that.
Oh, thank you. I like yours.
It's not cringy It wasn't
Okay.
like when you said cringe, I thought you were gonna say a bunch of like random stuff, like it was in a Chuck E. Cheese. I was gonna read you a creepy pasta about a Chuck E. Cheese, but I think we'll save that for another time.
Yeah.
I'll surprise you with it again.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
we'll do more stories again. I think this was actually a fun little experiment we did
I
here.
had fun. How was my delivery?
It was pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked how you got quieter in that whisper,
Okay.
and it kind of built me into like that perspective. It's because you're talking more like this monotone, and it's sort of like I could feel that's how you would have felt in that situation. You
Yeah.
wouldn't be all up and about it. You'd be afraid and scared and
Yeah.
quiet and timid and standoffish.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
I did. I liked.
I hope the viewers or listeners did as well.
Yeah, I hope you guys listen to this.
Well, I mean, if they're listening to this now, then
Maybe they just skipped this, but they just wanted to hear us talk about the stories. They didn't actually want to hear them. They're like, man, I want to hear how you got there, but I don't really care about what you did.
skip right to the end. That's what's important, right?
That's always the best part. When they do the shout outs, guys. Yeah, shout me out, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But before we get anywhere, I'd like to mention to say a normal episode will be up on Tuesday like usual. And this is just a bonus. We'd like to do more stuff like this where we could have bonus episodes and different things for
Fun
holidays
stuff.
and all that. And hopefully we'll have more like this and then we'll have some interviews coming soon, obviously.
Yes, we will.
We have some planned for that too. So I hope you guys did enjoy this.
Yes.
I know you did.
I did.
I did too. Now I think it's gonna be fun when we edit this and add all the sounds to it and everything.
That will make it way better.
It will, because like listening to it, it doesn't give you the complete story. Like once you do that and you can kind of experience it, you feel it then.
Yeah, you're like submerged in like the music, the sound effects, the different voices.
And you can feel it, and then you finally feel it, and it's like it puts it in you.
Yeah.
And then you have to listen to this in the dark though.
Yeah, that's my number one priority. If you're at work, just go shut the lights off. And
Yeah,
say
just shut the
breaker went
lights.
out.
Tell them, say lights are going off. We got something to listen
Even
to.
if you have a forklift to drive, doesn't matter.
It has a flashlight. That's all you need anyway.
Yeah, well,
Or some LED strips that flash through lights.
yeah. Well, anyway, thank you for listening.
Yeah, don't forget to check out all the social media links. On the topic of that, real quick, are you going to animate any of this?
You know, I was thinking about it.
I know it's long is the thing.
Yeah,
you could do like images like every couple seconds or cut it or whatever, but if you feel like I'm not pressuring you to do that here, I mean, I know we're both at like at least 5 minutes of stories each. So.
I might give it a shot.
Yeah, give it somewhat maybe. I mean, at least yours, because it's your perspective. Was it in were you thinking of it as in your house? I was imagining you in your house.
Yeah, I was too, but then it wasn't me going through the experience. It was like a random blank character.
There's a reason I kind of figured that part out, is when you said you were in your bedroom and then you looked out the window, I imagined you in your brother's room because you said the patio.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa, this is a whole different perspective than I'm used to. This isn't Ian's room.
This is weird.
This is a whole different room we're in now, guys.
Yeah.
All right, though. Like he said, let's check out the social media links. You tell them where to find this all.
Instagram, Ian says _TCP. A TikTok, if you are into that form of entertainment, Ian says _TCP. And that's all I have so far.
Well, we also have the YouTube channel if you'd like to check out the video version of this, hopefully, if I actually get it done this time.
Yeah.
On time. I don't know. It'll probably be a few days late, but either way, it'll be there.
Yeah.
And that is also Ian Says, so go on YouTube and search Ian Says, and hopefully you'll find it. If not, there's links in the show notes to all these things, actually. So if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, anywhere you find your podcast, make sure to share it, and look in the description to find those other links. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. And we'd like to thank you once more for listening.
Yes, thank you so much. Peace.
Deuces.
Froze. Looking back at me with a pale face and a still body, sitting on my bed. Wait, no, I messed that up.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah.
Pick up from there. It's all right.
Okay. Looking at my pale face and still body sitting on my bed was a oh my gosh. Okay, we're just gonna go back to the headline. We'll start it over.